What I'm about to tell you could be the biggest kept secret of this bull run. This is something that they are not telling you. This is something that is being hidden from you. This is something that needs to be right in front of your face because this is dramatically important for this bull run. What if I told you that Bitcoin just recently broke this level in the monthly stochastic RSI? Your immediate reaction? Who cares? But what if I told you the facts? We've only done this 5 other times in Bitcoin's 14-year history. All 5 of them ended in at least a 73% crash. In other words, this thing that Bitcoin just did in the past, every single time, has been a huge warning of a monumental crash coming. That, my friends, would be based 100% on facts. In today's video, we're going to dig into this mystery and we are going to uncover whether or not we believe some sort of a crash of that magnitude could happen. And more importantly, what would need to happen in order to completely avoid said crash. Let's dig into it. Hi, I'm Steve. I quit my job over 13 years ago, been traveling the world since, thanks to my trading and investing skills. Join me for sponsorship-free TA with genuine value that actually works. Subscribe. Here we are on the Bitcoin US dollar index and we are on the monthly chart. We have price action above and we have the stochastic RSI down below on a monthly scale. What we noticed with the stochastic RSI, now mind you, the stochastic RSI ranges from 0, which is down here, up to 100, which is up here. Simply put, when you get up to 100, it's not possible to have any more momentum in the market. You can't keep having momentum rise if you're already at 100 on the monthly scale. On some occasions, we stay at 100 for a couple months, just like we had recently done up at 100 when Bitcoin got up to 73,000. That's when we topped out our momentum. Now, when we get towards the top of our momentum, that's always a good time to take some profits off the table. Just like the reverse of that is to add to your position when we're down near the bottom and we have a cross up. On the monthly scale, it makes it very easy when to enter. You can clearly see based on price action. We were down here in our momentum when we were at the market bottom in 2011. We were down here again in our momentum when we were at our market bottom, 2015 right here. We got down near our momentum bottom when we were at this bottom, and we were near our momentum bottom when we were at this bottom. It's a simple game when you break it down in a simple way. You buy when our momentum is down here on the monthly scale, and you take profits when we're up here near the top. Just that fact alone will save you so much money going forward. The only thing you need to do is when you're looking at this chart and it's screaming to buy, but your emotional brain is telling you to sell and everyone you know is saying to sell. And anytime you turn on the TV, your phone, or wherever you look at the news, it's saying sell, sell, sell. But you're looking at the indicator and you're like, well, Steve said to buy when the momentum is down there. What should I do? If you can control your emotional brain and use your more logical brain that's based more on facts, you're going to be ahead of 85 to 90% of the humans in crypto with that fact alone. But let's dig into it a little bit further. Now that we have that key to our stochastic RSI, we understand it's all about the game of when we have a stochastic RSI cross up and confirm above the 20 level. When the blue line is on top, price is bullish. When the orange line is on top, price is bearish. It's as simple as that. Now, what I've built for you is sort of a roadmap for how to deal with these stochastic RSI crosses on the way down. What I want you to do, you go to your indicators, you type in stochastic RSI, you put on the monthly chart, you pop it up, and it will look like this. I want you to put a yellow line up at the top at the 100. I want you to put a second yellow line down here at about 75. What we have on our hands is the simple way to understand how important this is. Bitcoin has just crossed this level right here. meaning we had rallied all the way up in our momentum. We got all the way up near this top. We finally entered this area. We came up, we got some resistance here. Why? We had some previous pivot points at precisely that level, so there was a lot of market structure there. We got denied here and we came back down to reconfirm our support. This is a power play. Anytime something breaks into a channel with tons of confluence and tons of structure and it rallies up to key structure and it gets resistance, it's giving the market a test. And if Bitcoin can pass this test, it's a power move. What happens on any time frame when you enter that channel of confluence, you get resistance at a key area, you have the opportunity to come back and hold support at said area that you just entered for the first time in multiple years. Keep in mind, Bitcoin hadn't entered that area since the 2021 top. It was the first time, and here we were in the middle of 2023 having some chance to have a power play. So we had some resistance here. We came back down, we confirmed as support, and that was our power play. Our power play happened when Bitcoin was at roughly 24, 25K, and then we shot up in a major way. We went to momentum at 100. Now, when we got up there, momentum at 100, things were looking good. Price was rising every day. Everybody was so excited about 100K Bitcoin. They started chanting it. They put it on shirts. They put it on hats. They put it everywhere you could possibly see. We were at 73,500 and Bitcoin was on fire. It seemed unstoppable. It had captivated the world, and we had this to say. Roll the clip. Attention cryptocurrency investors and traders. There is a major correction coming to the crypto space that will take the world by storm and surprise most, but it's going to present one of the best buying opportunities of this bull run if you've missed out so far. So at that time, there was so much momentum in the market. There was so much buzz. It had captivated the world's attention, and we came out and said a surprise crash was coming. It was ridiculously unpopular to say, but you can see what happened since. Bitcoin had struggled, and there were many occasions that we dropped down to 60,000, even a little bit below that. It was all with our momentum. We didn't have any more momentum heading to the upside. So it leaves us where we are today. Because of that, because we didn't have any momentum, and because we had some resistance up here, because we couldn't climb any higher than 100, the scale of the stochastic RSI quite literally goes only up to 100. We had to have a downturn. We can't stay at 100 for 10, 12, 15 months. You can see in the history of Bitcoin, in 14-year history, we had only stayed at 100 just a couple months. A couple months here, a couple months here, a couple months here, meaning the most time Bitcoin can remain at 100 with our momentum on the monthly scale is just a couple months. So the only other way to go was down. When we started losing our momentum, we started losing our footing. However, it doesn't stop there. This is what they're not telling you. What Bitcoin actually did was it lost so much momentum, it broke one of our key market structures, the one that helped us have a power play in 2023. The same one that had a power play back in October 2016 when Bitcoin was at a mere $650. It had a power play at precisely that area. Why? There was other confluence from November 2013 holding resistance at exactly that area. There's another bit of confluence from 2011 holding some resistance at exactly that level as well. So Bitcoin had a power play there. It played there in 2016. It played there in 2013 and in 2011. And we had the chance to hold that level and we didn't. In other words, Bitcoin just breached this level. You can see the past time we breached this level in 2021. When we breached it, we were here. We had already had our first top and the rest was history. We had ridiculously strong bearish divergence, meaning we had this top and this top from November 2021 at our second top. We had a little bit of a higher high in price and a massively lower high in our indicators. It was ridiculously strong bearish divergence right in front of our face. We crashed 77%. The time before that we broke this market structure, we crashed 73%. That was in 2019. The time before that, we crashed 83%. That was from 2017, breaking this key market structure that we had previously had a power play on. Sound familiar? That's what we're in right now. We just had a power play. We just breached the structure. Then the time before that, 2013, breached the structure, 76% crash. The time before that, 93. In other words, we've never had a crash that was less than 73% once we breached the structure. So here we are today, and we are wondering, hey, is this still possible? And is there anything that Bitcoin can do to potentially avoid this disastrous downfall? Because we needed to cool off from the top, but we didn't want to cool off that much, and we definitely didn't want to break key structure. It would be one thing if we were just to randomly pick some level that if Bitcoin breached, we're in trouble. But this happens to be a key level of structure for 14 years. This was our power play recently. It was the power play in 2016. It was the resistance in 2013 and the resistance in 2011. It has a major, major impact when you breach market structure. Now that we have all of our facts, now that we better understand the stochastic RSI, and you've got some tips as well of how to play this game with the stochastic RSI on the monthly, of when to buy, of when to sell to make better decisions. But let's dig into it one layer deeper. Let's understand where we're at, and let's respect the fact that we have breached this level. That's not up for debate. What is up for debate is there a chance we could recover? If so, how? What would need to happen quickly. The more time that we spend with a completely broken structure in the stochastic RSI, the more problematic it's going to become. If Bitcoin were to save the day, somehow, some way, it would need to happen fast. I'm talking in the next 30 to 45 days. Bitcoin would have to recover really, really quick and get back on the right track. Now, if we're talking 30, 45 days, what would need to happen, and is it even possible? What kind of a chance do we give Bitcoin? Is it like, hey, Bitcoin has a 5% chance? Or is it like, hey, you know what? There's a 70% chance we could get out of this. If Bitcoin were to recover into 45 days, two things. Number one, we have that weekly stochastic RSI, the star of the show. And right behind it, we have the 2-week stochastic RSI. What would have to happen in order for us to recover is that 1 week and the 2 week remain going straight up and go up fast in order to reverse this trend. You can start to see some curvature start to come in, but we're still really, really new to what's going on here. Bitcoin would need to have more power in the weekly and more power in the 2 week, and it would need to have a lot of momentum coming into the market, and we would need to see a cross up, and then we would have to hold this key structure of about 75, and we would need to have a retest of this level, which is at about 90. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. We would need all of those to be true in the next 30 to 45 days for Bitcoin to really turn the corner and potentially avoid a disastrous 70+% correction. Otherwise, the writing is on the wall. This is still a big battle, a tag team effort with the weekly stochastic RSI and the 2-week stochastic RSI versus the Gravestone Doji on the 2-month. It's a tag team battle. It's kind of like I used to watch wrestling when I was a little kid. It's like Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker tag teaming versus the big bad boss. It's a legendary match that's been playing out for a couple months and is getting to the point where we're at the good stuff now. We're at the final scenes of this crazy epic battle between the two, right? We have 3 different time frames in there. We have a lot of different power dynamics, but the only thing that can really put Bitcoin back on the right track is that. What happened to Bitcoin was it got really overextended and it didn't really respect market structure, and we grew too fast and our momentum was up at 100. There was no other direction for us to go. We had already stayed at 100 for a couple months, so we threw that card away. There were no other options but to have it cross down, and we didn't respect structure. We crossed down in such a way that we had so much momentum to the downside, we breached this key structure here, leading for us to be inside of this territory. This is where we're at today. Now, let's put some percentage on it. So could Bitcoin save the day and avoid a catastrophic collapse? Sure. What percent? Is it like a 5%? Is it like a 70%? I would say no to a 5%. I would say no to 70%. I would say right now it's almost a coin flip. It's almost a coin flip, meaning Bitcoin has a legitimate chance of having some serious problems from this point forward. Bitcoin also has a possible chance to recover, given the fact that if our stochastic RSI had breached this level and we were down here, we would be having a different discussion. I would say it would be more of a 5% chance of recover if we were down here. We're not so far down from our market structure. If we recovered quickly and showed some strength and regathered this line and tested here, I would be feeling pretty comfortable of a potential comeback for Bitcoin to regain its footing, right? So there is still a coin flip chance of Bitcoin. Now, I want to discuss something. Earlier in the video, I said I had something to discuss near the end of the video. Now, if you've heard me say this, that it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin, this is what I mean. One of the biggest mistakes that I see in trading is that people overtrade. How do I know this? I've seen it in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students. I've also been there myself. So one of the biggest mistakes is traders and investors overtrade because of emotion. So the one thing I want to put into your brain every time you listen to me is that it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin during a bull run. That will program your brain to trade less and use less emotion. What it doesn't mean is that, oh my God, yesterday Steve said it's more risky to be out than in, and then today Bitcoin's down $7. What's going on? Did Steve lie to us? It has nothing to do with today, tomorrow, next week, next month, the rest of the year. It has everything to do with if you're in Bitcoin for the next 5 years and you actually believe in Bitcoin and you believe in the future of crypto and you want to be in it at least 5 years, you better be in Bitcoin during bull runs and not messing with your trading portfolio. The only thing you should be worried about during a bull run is adding more to your position. Just to keep it simple, you already know you overtrade. So now you understand the psychology of this, and this is something I'm instilling in you in every video. It's more principles of how you can win more and less principles of these are the things I want you to get rid of. So that is the definition at its core of it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. Another thing I want to lay on you is something that I remember reading this statistic many years ago for crypto, and it still holds true. Each bull run, Bitcoin makes the high majority of its gains over that multiple year period in 31 days. Just think about that for a second. We have a couple years of a bull run, but only 31 days that make up the high majority of profits. In other words, if you were getting cute and trading in and out of Bitcoin because you thought you can beat the system, which you never have been able to do, so why the hell are you doing that anyways? Emotion. And you're out of Bitcoin on just one of those 30-ish days, you're screwed. You've missed out on a lot of profits. Just think about that. Just visualize that for a second. That's why I tell you this in every video, to instill good habits in you. Now, I know most people, they don't care about you and they only care about their profits. But when you watch my channel, you know that I want you to succeed. You know that. You absolutely can feel it. You see it. You know that. Steve wants me to succeed. Not only you, but everyone else watching. There's an abundance of money in the world. Everybody could be as rich as they want and it wouldn't impact anything. I want you to succeed. So every time you watch me, I'm going to say these things that are in your face, that feel different, that get you to think different, that get you to act different. And when you do those things, you'll have more success. Plain and simple. So that in a nutshell is what I'm referring to. So keep these lessons alive, pass them to more people, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Do you want less stress and more success in crypto? Click this video right now.